Welcome to the Leaderonomics show, and today we are once again at the Southeast Asia SME Forum, and here with me from Korea is Mr. Chun Yong-ho, who runs the small and medium business unit of the Korean government. And actually, tell us a little bit about your background, and welcome to the show.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for having me here. I work for the Korean government agency, which is Small and Medium Business Corporation.
Yep.
We are the central government agency that support the Korean SMEs for them to start up and to grow and go overseas.
Okay. How do you do that? I mean, what are some of the things that you do to help?
Well, okay, actually we have a variety of services for the SMEs. The main service is financial service. We give the loans to them, annually to about 5,000, 6,000 SMEs. Benefited by our
So you
loans.
give them loans so that they can expand globally?
Yeah, they can not only globally, also domestically. They can
Okay.
buy the machine, they can buy, expand the business. Also, we provide the training service. We have training facilities, and we train about 70,000 SME workers annually.
And what do you train them on? I mean,
Well, basically everything about the company.
How to run companies,
Yeah, how to run company, from the accounting and from setup, how to start up business, and the technology also. We provide a lot of technology.
So the government actually trains what, 5,000 you said?
Yeah, about 70,000
70,000.
from CEO level to the
Wow.
factory
And that's
level.
on a yearly basis?
Yeah, yearly basis.
Amazing,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Then we have this consultation program. We have about 200 in-house consultants who previously worked in private sector as an engineer. So they provide this consulting service.
So these are technical consulting?
Yeah, technical
for
consulting.
more technology-based
Yeah, technology-based. Also, they provide the managerial consulting also. Then we also have this international marketing program. We organize annually about 150 trade mission abroad for the SMEs in all the countries. And we also organize seminars, this kind of one-to-one meetings for SMEs who want to go overseas and invest. So it's a globalization also.
And one of the things you do is set up desks in different countries to help the SMEs to grow specifically in that country, right?
Yeah, specifically in the countries where the many SMEs are going to invest, to have a factory to produce there. For example, Indonesia, we have one desk. And Malaysia have, and other Kazakhstan, other these new growing, the market, countries we have.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. I mean, Korea spends so much effort, I guess, it builds an infrastructure for SMEs to thrive.
Yes.
And we've seen a number of Korean SMEs grow into big companies. Is there a special? I mean, is that the secret? The fact that the Korean government is highly involved in growing the SMEs?
Yes, I should say Korean government has been highly involved in supporting the industry. If you see the Samsung, Hyundai, all these big companies now, first they start very small,
Yes,
right?
correct.
They
They were
start
small
very
SMEs,
small.
yeah.
But they were, I should say, heavily supported by Korean government by the policy, so they could use a lot of resource, financially or the manpower, so they can grow and they go overseas. Now a global company. So also SMEs also very important in Korean economy. They account for more than 85% of the workforce.
Really? Wow,
They hire more people.
Wow,
So that's why Korean government is trying to
Keep growing.
encourage people to set up more business, to be an entrepreneur, to develop more SMEs, so they can create more jobs. So government support a lot. At the same time, the companies they also work very hard to become more competitive in terms of the technology, in terms of growing, cultivating leadership, to be more competitive in the global market. Yes.
Speaking of leadership, I mean, how does a Korean company move from a small SME to a big global company like the Hyundais and the Samsungs and so on?
I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I think the most important factor is the will of the leader, the CEO, the chairman. The company CEO should have a strong will to go overseas. Some companies, they are just satisfied with the domestic market.
market,
But So sometimes the government will try to help the companies. They don't want. Oh, we're comfortable here.
Yeah.
So most importantly, the CEO of companies' will is the most important.
It's the biggest determinant. So leadership is critical then.
Yes.
So how do you build these leaders? How do you grow these leaders?
I think Korea is such a small country, you know. So obviously, if you just are local player, you cannot grow bigger, and there's a lot of competition among the Korean companies. So that's why many companies, some companies are forced to go out, you know, to expand their business. Otherwise, they cannot. The business, if the business doesn't grow, that means it go down. It should grow up, you know.
So there's a push by the government to continue growing.
Yeah, the push by the government and push by the competition, you know, itself inside
in Korea, the domestic market.
Yes.
Okay, so there's a push, but how do I mean, because some countries, I mean, we look at the other countries, I mean, Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, the Philippines, I mean, there's not too many global companies, you know, also SMEs growing into global companies. Whereas in Korea, we've seen a mushroom of, you know, SMEs that grew into big companies. What's the difference? Is there a difference?
Well, as I said, after the Korean War, we had nothing, right? So the policy at the time was to create big companies, international player. The government gave a lot of resource to those companies in heavy industry, you know, the automobile, you know, shipbuilding, all these, so they can grow bigger. So that was the leadership of the government, I should say first.
Then so the government played a big role.
Yeah, big role. Yeah, the beginning stage, and of course the company itself, those entrepreneurs at the time.
They were much more hungry.
They're very hungry. They want to grow up. You know, they want to be go and play international player. So, and also under them there are a lot of the people, the workers, you know, who work very hard. You know, from day and night for the company, very loyal to the company, very diligent, you know. So all these three things were put together, and they become factors and become a global player.
So how can some of the other countries learn from Korea? What are some lessons that they can learn off you?
I think right now many countries, I should say, are trying to learn, you know, trying to learn from Korea, you know, from how Korea become from nothing to you know
to such a power,
to such a development country. So also Korea government is willing to share the knowledge and experience of a developmental experience with other countries. And the companies, as I said, the will of the owner of the company is very important.
So the key is to find people like that, hungry people with strong will, and put them in leadership roles.
Also the people working, working people should be more committed to their work.
That's tough though.
That's tough.
in this global world.
They should be more committed. They should, for example, in Korea, where you work represent you, what you are. So they feel
proud
and they want to show the result. But maybe in other countries that's not so that way. More have a personal life, but somehow there should be some sacrifice, to achieve
it's
something.
Really hard work and sacrifice.
Yeah.
There's no shortcuts to it.
But doesn't mean that's you can say sometimes it's always good. You cannot say it's always good. It's up to you. The decision. You want to grow, you have to sacrifice and work hard.
Okay. One final question. What advice would you give if I'm an entrepreneur, I'm an SME owner? What advice would you give me to help me grow and build myself into a global multinational?
The company should constantly focus on developing the new technology. Acquiring the new technology. Technology is the key these days. It's the changing. The trend is changing rapidly. So always spend money for the R&D. Also have to train the workers. The people, because business is people. If you have a good people, then your business can grow. So always train and find the right people and cultivate them to make them leader. In their position. It's very important.
And that will take the company further.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Mr. Chun, thank you for being here on the Leaderonomics show.